In the weeks leading up to Labor Day, I was thinking about trying to go a period of time without buying any goods. At first, I thought I would do it until Christmas. That's 4 months of not buying stuff. And I can actually feel people rolling their eyes at me right now. I can feel it. But think about it. Very few people go any great length of time without buying anything. I'm not referring to things you need like toothpaste, shampoo, or lotion. I'm not talking about gifts for others on birthdays and Christmas. I mean stuff for yourself, like a new shirt, dishes, video games, a book that's not needed, towels, water bottles, running shoes. It's hard. It's hard for us in this society of consumerism. And the more I thought about it, the more I felt that 4 months wasn't long enough. Just like most of you when I first said that. If I was going to do this, I was really going to go for it. So I decided I was going to go 1 year without buying any goods or material items. I wanted to stop spending money on stuff. I wanted to remove myself from the consumption that is America. So I started telling people about my plan. And I had a few people say that they would join with me in my endeavor, albeit in varying levels. One friend said he would do it too, but would allow himself 5 items because he had already planned to purchase a new snowboard. I said, great, you get a B plus for at least trying. Then my coworker suggested I watch the documentary The Minimalist. So I did. It was great to be reminded of how many people get caught up in making more money just so they can buy more stuff and how we are never really satiated. It's never enough. We could go on buying stuff until we die and it won't make us happier. And in fact, oftentimes it causes more stress and anxiety to have to make sure we're making enough money to buy all the stuff we don't even really need or care about. My whole life, I have been financially focused. I do not want to be financially stressed or overwhelmed. I want to have complete financial stability. I don't want to spend my life worried about finances and bills or living paycheck to paycheck. This has always been so important to me. So, I am ambitious and have always worked to grow my career and make more money because if I'm making more money, I'm less financially stressed, right? Well, it turns out that's not always the case. Usually, as you all know, when you make more money, you spend more money. The book, The Millionaire Next Door, beats this into our heads. There are prodigious accumulators of wealth, average accumulators of wealth, and under accumulators of wealth. And once your household earns enough to pay the bills comfortably, it doesn't really matter how much money you make over that. It matters how much of that money you spend. This has really been on my mind because I've realized that though I can keep earning more and more money, if I don't cut back on the consumption, I won't be financially stable, no matter how much money I make. So I made the decision to not buy anything for a year. As soon as I made that decision, I started to panic, and I quickly went out and purchased a whole bunch of stuff. But it was stuff that I might need in the next year. New clothes and knives and water bottles. And I got some great deals with the Labor Day sales. But then, the week after Labor Day, I realized there was so much more I needed to buy before I started my year of no buying. So I got a few more things like glass Tupperware and swimsuits, and they were on clearance. Anyway, I finally got to the point where I had everything I could possibly need, and my experiment really began. And I thought I would feel like this. But instead, I felt like this. Everything I wanted started to pop into my head to tease and taunt me. So I went to the Minimalist website for help and inspiration. I needed a definition of minimalism, and this is what I got. If we had to sum it up in a single sentence, We would say minimalism is a tool to rid yourself of life's excess in favor of focusing on what's important so you can find happiness, fulfillment, and freedom. What? I wanted something more concrete than that. So I continued reading, and even though they refused to give me something more concrete, I gathered that minimalism involves trying to live with fewer possessions. Today's problem seems to be the meaning we assign to our stuff. We tend to give too much meaning to our things, often forsaking our health, our relationships, our passions, our personal growth, and our desire to contribute beyond ourselves. Then I went to Wikipedia. In Wikipedia, minimalism is called simple living or voluntary poverty. Simple living encompasses a number of different voluntary practices to simplify one's lifestyle. These may include, for example, reducing one's possessions, generally referred to as minimalism, or increasing self-sufficiency. Probably a lot of you are thinking, of course I know what minimalism is. Why would you even have to look that up? But I wanted something concrete. I wanted somebody to tell me how much I should have, how many items I should get rid of, what I should do. And none of my sources gave me that. They just told me that I needed to live more simply. Buying stuff does feel good. It feels good for a little bit, but then we need something new to feel good again. Novelty wears off quickly, and with it, the void comes rushing back in. So I challenge you to join with me in not purchasing any goods for 1 year, or figure out your own plan that works for you. We can do it.